All right, we got another review for you today. This time we're going to be taking a peek at Thranduil on Elk, which made its debut last year at Comic-Con and was one of the pieces that I saw that was one of the most talked about pieces last year at the booth at Comic-Con. So it's a piece that I've really been looking forward to. I did the payment plan with Weta because he comes in at $999, an edition size of $750, and sculpted by Lindsay Cremette. I went ahead and did the lump pay on the last couple of payments so I could get him in since I'm on summer vacation and wanted to do this review. He turned out to be somewhat of a controversial piece, I guess. It's definitely a piece that's generated conversation, as I said. Some people have gotten ones they're completely pleased with. Some people have gotten ones that they aren't pleased with at all. And then obviously you have people in between, and that's kind of where I fall. Mine's definitely got some issues. And I'll point those out to you. It's a little disappointing, but nothing that is going to keep me from sending him in because it's still a really fantastic piece. It's really well done as a whole. It's definitely an impressive looking piece, but it's disappointing to obviously have issues. So I want to make sure that you guys see those and know what to look out for and kind of what I ended up getting. I still love it. It's still, like I said, it's still pretty impressive. But it's definitely one of those pieces that's generated some conversation and disappointment with some people getting, really messed up ones, scratch marks, scuff marks, stuff like that. And I'll show you some of the things that are on mine and some things that I would definitely have done differently if I was looking at it before it was getting sent out and stuff like that, and tell you some things to look out for when you get yours as well. So let me go get him set up. He's a big one, 26 inches tall, so it's going to take a minute. We'll be right back. As always, we'll start out with the box. Here's the front of it. You got a beautiful picture of Thranduil on Elk, name of the movie that it's from, Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies. Obviously, the name of the statue. It's a limited edition of 750 pieces. I love that they've gone to this design and stuck with it because it's absolutely fantastic. It's my favorite box design. I think going back all the way to the original Sideshow Weta line. So it's right there with those box designs. You got the side of it, other side is the same. If you notice, the design in the background matches the design in the back end of his armor. I don't know if you can pick that up in the video or not, but concept art, as always. I love the concept art by Nick Killer. It even says concept art by Nick Killer. I don't know that it said that on the other ones. Got Ninja Thranduil going here. It's pretty sweet. Spinning back around, we'll look at the inside. All the little goodies on the inside. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me go get this guy. I'll be right back. Alright, so we got Thranduil set up here, and like I said in the video, I'll go over some of the issues I've got with mine and talk about some of the other issues, similar issues that we're seeing with this piece. But I want to show you the kind of the little 360 turnaround like I always do. As you can see, he's a big piece, 26 and a half inches tall, I think, something like that. Heavy, very, very heavy. I even had to take, in order to transport him out here safely, I had to take the antlers out so that way I get in here because he's a heavy thing. So definitely want to make sure I get him back in the room safely, so the horns will go out, have to be taken out then too as well. It's a really, overall it's a really nice piece. So let me do the 360, and it's going to be a little different than normal when I do the 360 because it's such a large piece. So I'm going to kind of have to go in and make some turns and stuff. It's going to be a little more difficult, so there could be a couple of edits in here. So if you see if it's not quite as smooth as normal, that's why. It's because it's hard to do this without being so far back from the actual piece. so let me get into position here. Sorry about the super close-ups. All right, so let's kind of look at some things. Get a look at some of the detailing and point out some things. Got the elk's face. It's not quite as matte a finish as is the one at Comic-Con, obviously, and it's a little shinier depending on the light you get. In my collection room, it's fine. You don't notice it quite as much. Obviously, with the sun, I'm bouncing on it a little bit. You're gonna get some of that as it peeks through the tree in my neighbor's yard. Here's one of the spots on the front part of the elk. At Comic-Con, it still looks okay. I definitely think the blend that was done at Comic-Con on the Proto was a little bit better done. So I wouldn't mind seeing that be a little bit better. But it's still got pretty good detailing in it, so I'm not upset with the detailing at all. Base has got the Hobbit map that we're all used to. Actually, I think it has, no, I'm sorry. It's just the regular Middle-earth map, not the Hobbit map. Got his saddle. And you can see some of the silver got left out in here. I love the overall look, but it's definitely got some missing silver and maybe even a couple of small rubs. Armor detailing is really, really good. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the metal look to it. It could be done a little bit with a little more sheeting maybe, but overall it's pretty solid. So you got the back end of his armor, and it looked like this at Comic-Con too, with the fill spots and everything. So that's nothing that's really changed any. I think the detailing on the back end of the hair is really actually pretty solid. I saw a few pictures from people that were getting it before me that I thought it looked kind of flat and not a ton of detail. But I think for whatever reason, the detailing on mine is really pretty solid, so I'll definitely take that. I love the armor. Like I said, as Weta usually does, armor looks fantastic. So it's definitely a really well done job by the folks at Weta. His cloak here going on the back of the horse. Rotate him around here, and he's heavy, so this thing does not rotate super great. And the arm up to here down to the sword is one piece, so that's a piece that goes on it. The antlers are another. And the sword is metal too. Now, I don't know if I can get it. Here's where I have an issue, maybe the biggest issue with mine. I assume it's a paint rub, and it just kind of got rubbed in shipment, because I noticed some paint inside on the tissue paper that they use. And this is the one real glaring issue that I have with mine. The belt is really well done. Saddle's not too bad. Or the saddle horn, I guess I should say. And then you got this side of the elk's face. And you can see right underneath the eye, there's a tiny bit of a rub. And so those are some of the issues with mine. Some people had worse. I mean, some people went as far to repaint theirs. And it's disappointing that the people had to go that route, especially when you have a piece that costs $1,000. Like I said in the intro, that's kind of what led this piece to being, I would say, actually somewhat controversial within the collecting community of Lord of the Rings, and The Hobbit and Middle Earth in general. So that's a slight disappointment, obviously, that this happened. But I mean, like I said, it's still a pretty awesome piece overall. Definitely has presence in a room. And to be honest with you, I don't know if people that don't collect statues as often as most of us do probably would notice some of these little things. Some paint rubs on the nose definitely are going to be caught by most people. And there's where the horns hook in. Antlers, I called them horns. Antlers, sorry. I still love it. I'm glad I have it. Lindsay Cremette did an absolute fantastic job as a sculptor on it. I think she nailed the details. I think the likeness is really well done. I think the paint on my face is pretty solid. The blue eyes, my guess are decal type things, because they're super blue, but they're all absolutely fantastic. The armor on the chest plate's pretty well done. I wish it had a little bit more rubbing on the other side that I showed you, the other side of him. But pretty good piece overall as far as so many of these little details. And I'm trying to give you different looks at the face depending on how the light is coming through the trees, because light does affect how things look on these videos and the pictures. It definitely can change how you see these pieces. So it's just something to think about when you're seeing pictures and video on the internet, is that you just have to be careful with what you're seeing. And that's why I take my pictures outside and take the videos outside, because I want you to see it in natural light, so you get a full picture. Like I said, it's a beautifully done overall piece. I absolutely love it. It's a 750 piece edition size. It's $999. He is sold out through Weta. You can probably get him on the secondary market. I'm really glad I have it. I still absolutely love this piece. Like I said, for the people that had to have major issues with it or returned them for whatever reason, I'm really sorry that happened. You shouldn't ever have to do that. So that's a little disappointing, but I definitely think this is a piece worth getting. That's it for this review. Like I said in the last one, we've got a contest going on our club page over on J.R.R. I'll link the description down below. We're over 1,500 members in or right around a month, maybe at the most. I really hope you come join us at the club and show your collection, show the items that you're getting along the way, review pieces and post them so other people can see them and not just me. I thank you guys for all the support in that, and I thank you for all the support on the videos and everything. It really does mean a lot. I don't have anything coming in the next little bit till July. Might do some kind of video just to check in and see how everybody's doing, and maybe talk about Comic-Con before we get there, because we've got some pretty big news I think that will hit us when we get to Comic-Con. I expect big things. No, I don't know anything, for anybody that's wondering when they hear me say that, but I'm just really super happy to have this one. It's definitely not a perfect piece. It's still a good piece. So